Good morning. How are you doing today? Monday morning coffee. Really happy that you are taking some time this morning to tune in, and we are going to talk about action reaction because this part is so important for you to start living the life that you want. And I'll tell you a little bit as well what happened for me during the weekend, which was was a little drop for I was high in my cloud, after the training, and was just feeling absolutely phenomenal. And well, if you climb that high, you're gonna go down at some point. And it was pretty shocking what happened during the weekend. But all this is necessary. You need to start understanding how you are responding to those type of things so that you can be in control of what you can control. Because if you are a victim of everything that's happening around you, you will never really live a life which is in accordance to what you want. So there's going to be stuff that's going to happen on the outside, that's going to be stuff that's going to disturb you and move you away from where you want to go. But it's really really important that you are aligned, that you are in charge of what you can control. And this is why the action reaction um, team for today is so important, because I want, like, this is the piece that most of us are never been taught, first of all. And and that's the piece missing. That's the missing link into the secret, into everything that any courses that you see out there. They show you how to think, they show you how to be aligned and all those things. But when it comes to the action piece, that part is a little bit left out. So say, yeah, you need to take action, but there's a way to take action. You need to act in a certain way, and if you don't act in this certain way, all of your action are pretty much in vain. All of your action are, they don't, there's not the same charge that you should have with your action. Because if your action are charged with that same vibration and emotion that you should have, then everything becomes easy. And that's the part, this is where I want to go with this, because life should be simple and easy, and you should be able to embrace everything that you're touching. But for some odd reason, we've been told that this is hard, and this is difficult, and this is complicated. So let's, like, what I would like to do, how I would like to start this, I would like you to start, and you might have already started your day. Maybe you're in the middle of your day, maybe it's in the morning like me. But let's take a moment right now just to center ourselves, just to, like, be present in the present moment. Okay, so you can close your eyes if you decide to do so. You can just relax. We're not going to do this for long, like maybe just 30 seconds. But in those 30 seconds, make sure that you're right here right now. And if you do so, what you're going to realize is that you're going to start to hear things that you didn't hear prior. You're going to start to feel things that you were not aware of feeling. And the reason why I want to do that, I'll share with you after what happened. Okay, so take the moment, like take 30 seconds, and just be present right here right now. That's really interesting, because there's probably some people which were coming and says like, his eyes closed, he's not talking. Like, what the heck's happening here? Like, while I was doing this, I could hear things like from far away that I could not prior. I could hear the birds, which are singing, which you might not have realized that there's always birds around me all the time when I'm doing this, the morning coffee. You might have heard the fountain, which is doing its work and filtering the water over there. So there's all kind of different things that's happening around you, and the only way you're going to be able like to connect to all of those things is if you are present in the moment. Now think about it. I don't know if you feel like me, but now I'm feeling so rejuvenate, and you don't need a lot of time. You just need 30 seconds. 30 seconds can readjust and can realign you with everything, just like that. And this is the power of the now. There's a great book by, what is his name? Eckhart Tolle, German, and he has a book called The Power of Now. I remember the first time I read that book, I was somewhere else. Read this in 2006, and from the moment that I did that, I was like, okay, that's it. I'm not thinking about anything else but now. And I became so egocentric. My wife just wanted to kill me. She was just, okay, that's enough now. Yeah, Eckhart Tolle. But that is exactly what it is when you are into the now, which, by the way, you don't have any other thing than now. That's it. That's the only thing you have. So if you are fully present into this particular time, and you are listening, you are aware of everything that's coming to you, the message that are coming to you, the feeling that are coming to you, you're always going to be guided to make the right decision, to say the right things, to call the right person. It's always going to be right. And that is the power of the now. But when you are taking those actions need to be into the spirit. And like, there might be a lot of people in you right now that will have a hard time to digest what I'm going to say. But that's just the way it is. Right? That is so. So you've got to, if you don't understand, then this is where that you want to start studying it. I have been studying this for years. Like, it is specifically like acting in a certain way. I'm studying this like since 2013. I'm just starting to get it. So it takes time to really change those habits and that conditioning that we received, to look in the past and what we've done bad in the past, and dwelling on that, instead of being present in the moment with our mind into what we want to do. So that gives us that sense of direction. This is where we're going. But the only action I can take is the action I'm going to take now. You cannot act in the future, this is really funny when people are getting in touch with me and they want to work with me, and it's, okay, Marc, I'm going to do this in 2 months. It's like, you cannot act in the future. You can only act now. And you don't know what's going to happen from now in 2 months from now that might prevent you to doing it. So if you are starting now, if you're taking action now, you are creating a causation of event because of that first action you're taking right here, right now. And everything will be shaped for you to get what you want in 2 months. But if you say, I'm going to do this in 2 months, that is absolutely ballistic. That's ludicrous to think this way. Oh, I'm going to start this in 2 months. Most likely you won't. And if you start reflecting and you look at how many times that you said that and you never done it, you never start the thing. 2 months after, because there's so many things that happen during those 2 months, and basically you're trying to catch up on the thing that you haven't done. Which, if you're saying this, that's probably a habit that you have for the past 10 years, maybe for the past 20 years. And you're just trying to catch up all the time. You're playing catch up all the time. And if you played sports and you've been behind, like, it's not a good feeling to play catch up. It's way easier, and why you don't make it easy on yourself to play while you are ahead, when you are having the lead. That is the way that all great champions are playing. Does that mean that you're not going to have to play catch up sometimes? No, you're probably going to have to play catch up, but because you're used to it, because you're used to be in the moment, to be present, to do things because you want to do them and take the action right now, it's becoming easier to catching up. Does that make sense? But you're not always trying to catch up. So acting in a certain way, what does that mean? Because that is the law of action, reaction, or the law of cause and effect, as Emerson says. And he says that the law of cause and effect is the law of laws. And the more I'm studying this, the more I realize that this law is at the center of everything. This is the law that precedes and all of what you receive. The how do we call that? I don't call it this way. This is why it's hard. But all of those mantras that you are having, all of those affirmation that you are doing, all this is based on the law of cause and effect. So the more you're repeating those things, which is the cause, the effect will take care of itself. But there's specific things that you need to do in order to make that a reality. And it's to put yourself into that right vibration, that right frequency. As you know, everything works in frequency. You know, my phone here, if you want to contact me, you need to have my phone, and you need to dial it properly. And if you're not in the same country, you need even to dial properly the code. So what it does is bring you to a different frequency than the country that you are on right now, right? So this part is pretty simple to understand. Well, it is the exact same thing with us human beings. In order for you to get the results you want, you need to first connect yourself to that frequency of what you want, and then you need to focus and to act now, but with that energy of where you want to go. And this is where that people are getting messed up. Okay, so understanding how the mind works. You have your conscious mind, you have your subconscious mind. Okay, there's other parts, but let's focus on those two parts, which are the main parts into what we're doing. The conscious mind gives you the ability to think on your own accord. Okay, and the conscious mind cannot focus on more than one thing at a time. So, and I realized that while I was taking my shower, I was brushing my teeth, and as I was brushing my teeth and thinking about how I was brushing my teeth, like, I was doing other things at the same time, but I could not have my focus on the other thing unless that I get away from brushing my teeth. So when you start looking at it, when you start like really focusing and paying attention on where your mind goes, you're going to realize that you might jump from one part to the other, but you cannot focus on more than one thing at a time consciously. Now, subconsciously is a total different ballgame. Subconsciously, you're receiving signal from all over the place at the same time, and your subconscious mind can process all of that information. This is where the subliminal idea is coming from. So you're not seeing it, you're not paying attention on it consciously, but subconsciously it goes directly into that. And subconsciously, you cannot reject any idea which is impressed upon your subconscious mind. So this is where it becomes extremely important that you understand how your mind functions and how that you can start creating by utilizing the tools you're having to create the results that you want. So, and the subconscious mind is your emotional mind. This is where they're saying you should get emotionally involved with things. So if I'm focusing on one thing consciously, subconsciously I'm getting all kind of different feedback from my surrounding. But my role and my work is to get emotionally involved with what I want. And if I can do that, and the more proficient I'm becoming at doing that, the more results I'm going to get and the faster I'm going to be able to create on command, just like that. And when you become a pro at this, you become a mastermind. You become someone which is controlling his own mind, and you can start creating results on command. You can start living the life that you want, and you're going to be absolutely thunderstruck on how fast things unfold and how easy it is to live this life. Now, it might seem difficult right now because your mind is not used to work this way. But from the moment that you start practicing your mind to operate at this level in this way, then you're going to realize that it is extremely simple and extremely easy to create. That's the power that we've been endowed to live with. And my friend, it just warmed my heart. And it's funny because I was doing something totally unrelated to this work, and this idea came. And I know every time I'm in a funky mood, I know that there's something great which is coming, because that's the law of opposite, right? And understanding the laws gives you this, I think it's this peace of mind to know that it's gonna get better. Because when you understand the law and you work with the law, you know there's something else on the other side. Now, I might have just make some mind explode right now. Some of you are just like, what the hell is he talking about? And some of you are just, wow, this is so simple. Like, I want this. Do you have any questions? Anything that you would like me to clarify so I can help you? To bring this home, because it's really important, guys, that you really embrace this idea, and then you understand it, and that you're utilizing it. And again, if you don't understand it, if for you it looks totally foreign, if what I'm talking about is just like gibberish, I invite you to click on the link above there, get into our manifestation club, which is the very first step to start like impressing your mind with that type of information. So like you can start studying it and you can start implementing it into your life. Because just listening to me right now and not acting in a certain way, because you've been taking a lot of actions in the past, but yet you still don't get the results. So have you asked yourself the question, why is it? Why am I not getting the results that I want? And if the results are not to your satisfaction, which by the way, your results should never be to your satisfaction. You should be happy about your results, but you should never be satisfied. Dissatisfaction is a creative state. You should look for someone that has the information that you're looking for, has proven that this information works by their results. Ultimately, it's always by their results. That is how that you are measuring with whom you would like to work. Very simple. So any question, anything that you would like to address into this funky subject, which it might look funky, but we're talking about laws here. And to me, this is, again, this is crazy that we don't teach those laws to our children and they're not fully utilizing this. Because the more that the child is using this information from a very early age, the easiest it is for them to start creating the life that they want, and they don't create like those bad habits which turns into bad results, which turns into a very unhappy life. And again, it's not the fault of the parents. The parents, they just didn't know. But as a parent, this is your responsibility now to make sure that you are gathering the right information, that you're studying yourself, that you're becoming better, and then you transmit this to your children so they can have a better start that we had. And again, like, when I think about my parents, I love them dearly. They did their best with what they had, and they did a pretty good job. I look at where I am right now, and a lot of that foundation is coming from them. So did they give me bad habits along the way? Absolutely. But like, that is my responsibility now to change it. I shouldn't blame them. I should thank them. I should be grateful for what they've done. And now, if I am not happy with those habits, it's my responsibility to change them. So when the idea flies into your subconscious mind and you caught it, do you write it down? Take a moment to reflect on it and decide if you will act on it. Well, when the idea goes to the subconscious mind, you don't have, like, the subconscious mind will only accept. It cannot reject anything that is impressed upon it. It's when the idea flies into your conscious mind that you can choose and you can decide if you want to get emotionally involved with that. When you get emotionally involved with an idea, this is where it goes to your subconscious mind. Okay? So this part is very important to understand. When you get emotionally involved with an idea, now that idea become part of your subconscious mind, and you cannot reject this idea. You have to do it consciously. So you have to replace that idea with another idea. That is how it's happening. But you ask, take a moment to reflect on it and decide if you will act on it. Yeah, but all this is happening consciously. If you get emotionally involved with an idea, then that's because that it passed from conscious to subconscious. And from the moment you get emotionally involved with something, you start acting. Sometimes we act even without even realizing what we're doing, right? For example, you want to wake up early in the morning, and you get emotionally involved with the fact that your bed is comfortable, and you're just like feeling this thing. Well, you're going to go back to bed, or you're going to just like turn around and start sleeping because you are emotionally involved with that. But if you get emotionally involved with the idea of, okay, I'm waking up early and I'm gonna be productive, and you get emotionally involved with that work done, you're gonna get out of bed without even realizing that you're already on your feet. And I know that because I've done both. So, and this is where, like, I realize the power of the subconscious mind is, as soon as you get emotionally involved with an idea, you're moving into action so fast that it is almost shocking. I hope this answers your question, Key. Advento said, I have this experience. I'm already straight up, my mind, but someone tried to pull you down. What are you going to do? Um, well, That's someone that tries to pull you down. First of all, nobody has power over you. That's the very first thing. Like, nobody has power over you. So understanding this part is extremely important. So if nobody has power over you, why are you letting them control your actions? So that is the very first part. Yeah, that is the only thing that you have to think about. Any other questions? Anything that you would like me to address? No, nothing. That's going to be a very short one today. Now, remember that acting in a certain way starts with you connecting to your vision, connecting to your goal, connecting with what you want. And how would this feel? Like, how would this feel when you realize that you have it in your hand, that it's part of your reality? And make sure that your mind is connected to that feeling. And as you feeling this, and as you connect it there, what will happen is you're gonna get some insight. Okay, call this person. I don't know, like, you're gonna have the name of a person that come into your mind, or you're gonna have an image of something that's gonna come. Those are signal of what you should do. Don't question those, just act on it. And what you're gonna realize that if you're doing this, you're gonna start, I mean, life becomes so simple and easy and successful and like enjoyable, because everything you do is guided. Everything you're doing has a purpose behind it, and it's so it feels so, yeah, it's effortless. Which, it's not the way you would like to live your life. Effortless. It's not the way you would like to embrace your life. That everything you're doing, like, is so smooth and has so much flow in it. To me, that is the way life should be. Uh, Alice says, no one gets to take your dreams away from you. 2, are they getting the results you want? And 3, surround yourself with people who lift you up. Absolutely. And she was responding, thank you so much, because I just said into positive way, I'm so happy that I resolved this. Absolutely. Like, do an affirmation. Again, the law of cause and effect, right? Whatever you're putting out is what's going to come back. Mark, last week I had a sale closed, and at the very last time she pulled her back. Okay. What did that happen? I didn't want to react, but I did it. And I got mad at the moment. What do you recommend? Well, normally, and it's funny because it reminds me when I was in sales, uh, into a very stressful and pressure sales environment. And when you were getting a sale, as the contract was coming, and we're just filling up the contract, your energy is just, oh, I hope this deal's gonna stick. Well, if you're thinking this way, or you're thinking about, okay, like, that's how much money I'm gonna get, and then I'm gonna buy this, your energy is shifting, right? in the beginning, you might have had the idea that I'm gonna help this person. I'm gonna provide service. And then as you're moving forward, now all of a sudden, like when the deal's coming down, now you start thinking about yourself, the energy like which was going out, now all of a sudden is going inside. So now you're just taken, right? Like a uh, like with avarice, like you want everything for yourself. It's becomes selfish energy. Well, the prospect is feeling this. That is my feeling that what might have happened. And if you're honest with yourself, you might realize that this is exactly what happened. It's like, oh, this is a nice sale. Like, this is the commission I'm going to earn, and this is what I'm going to do with the money. So you're not into the giving anymore. You're into the taking. And that might be one of the reasons why you lost the sale. Never be mad when that happened. I know that if you react, well, that's probably what's going to happen. But when it does happen, like take a step. When you feel that you're starting to react, take a step back and start looking at what's the lesson in there. And the lesson in there, and this is what might happen now, is that was exactly required for you to learn this. So the next huge sale that you're going to get, you're not going to feel this way because you learned. Now, if you don't learn, you're probably going to reproduce the same thing over and over again, and you might reproduce this on a very large sale, a very large deal, which could bring you to where you want to go, to your goal. So be grateful that have happened, and that you are getting a lesson out of it. Okay? If you're not getting anything, the cause is within, right? So it means somewhere you are blocking it or not believing it. Yeah, if you're not getting insight, it's like you are getting the insight, you just don't listen, you just don't hear them. You're always getting insight. So it might be, yes, that you're blocking it, or you try to control how it's going to come to you. So you might be thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to get those this way, and this is the answer I'm going to get. But the answer might come totally from this direction and in a total different form. And this is one part of the action, reaction, or cause and effect, is people are working on the cause because that's your only responsibility, is to focus on the cause, focusing on the action you're taking. The reaction and the effect is not of your business. You've got to trust the process. So don't try to control the effect, because if you try to control the effect, most likely you're going to fuck up the process. Okay? So just be open. That is your job. Be open and see and play with it and see what will come out of it. And if you are playing with this and make it a game, man, this is so cool. This is so cool to start seeing things forming in front of your eyes, and you just realize, geez, man, that's easy. I love that. That's the way I want to live. Right? So that will be my recommendation. Another experience I do, talking into the mirror, doing self-confidence formula in my daily mantra, there's a flash of spirit in that right spirit. Absolutely. Mirror work is great. Works magic. Very powerful. Marc, you're talking about ease and flow, and you're projecting it all over. What opened up for you that allowed this flow? Man, that's a tough one. I mean, it's like, it's true experience, but I don't want to say that you need experience to do that. Okay? For me, it was true experience, but I believe it's to get involved with this information and to continue to study and to open your mind to the possibilities and to get the right tool. I believe that if I would have had a mentor right from the get-go, because yes, I had a mentor, but I was not fucking listening. So What's the point? So one of the thing that you need to do is like to get a mentor, get someone that has proven by their results that they know what they're talking about and can guide you through it. I believe that that's the fastest way to do that opening. And a mentor is not someone that's going to tell you like do this, do that, do that. It's going to guide you based on where you're at. So that's really, I think, the importance through that process is when you need to have a lesson, the mentor is gonna give you an exercise, and then you're gonna learn the lesson. But he's not gonna tell you the thing. You have to discover this by yourself. So I think that's really what allowed that flow for me. Yeah. But through experience, getting involved with the material, like reading things, like really involving myself, like full on. And oh, by the way, stop reading all kind of stuff and going from one methodology to another one. You're messing up yourself. Okay, I see some people. I mean, I had a client that was doing really well, was with us, and then decided to go and see Tony Robbins. Well, shit hits the fan, and he was confused. And then he's like, I want to do this, and I want to do that, and I want to do your stuff, and I want to do stuff that Tony Robbins is doing. Well, the only thing that happened, it was confusion. So I said to him, it's just like, focus only on one. Yeah, but I like the other one. Okay, so forget mine and then just do the other. Oh, but I like yours. Well, see, you're in a state of confusion. You're not going to get result if your mind is not clear. Okay? Order of mind. That is the key. You need to have order in your mind. Very, very important. Anything else? No, we don't have anything. Now, remember one thing. If you want to learn about those laws, if you want to work with someone, you have the link just above right here. Click on the link, get involved. We are in a promotion until the end of the month. That's going to be like a basic part. If you truly want to skyrocket your results, then you have to start working the way we're working. And you will see, because our methodology function works every time, no exception. The people that do not have the results because they don't let themselves get the order, and they're not following instructions. So if you want to get to the next level, that is what you need to do. But in the meantime, make sure that the action you take in are action which are aligned with your goal, with your vision, with what you truly want to achieve in your life. And if you're doing this, you'll see your life's going to be like full of bliss. You're going to start, it's going to start to be easy, because life should be easy. Like if you think life is hard, that's a paradigm you're having. You make it hard on yourself. We are God's highest form of creation. We have the ability to create on command, but you need to know and you need to learn how to use that. And this is what you can learn through the link that we put up there and our methodology. I hope you're going to have a fantastic week. Make sure to connect with your goal, and then you're going to see your results going to be spectacular. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day. Bye.